relevant. It's very, very relevant with this team. Um, because I don't even know what they would have done because they weren't in on Sir Juan Soto. They just didn't have any money. I mean, I think to the major point is that, the what it seems like is, when we were about to get into the winter meetings, there's talk about Sasaki, and it just seems like ideally they were going to sign Sasaki and then move Castillo. Um, and I think Sasaki recently met with the Dodgers. The talk is, at least from, the top writers and the top, baseball guys, is that everyone in baseball feels like he's going to go to San Diego or Los Angeles, which par for the course. Um, but I don't know what Seattle was even looking at. Like, I don't think they were gonna ever. There was nothing about them in on Adamas. The funny connection was always that they were going to be the guys that signed Gleyber Torres. Um, but he ended up in Detroit. And Detroit, after the run they went on, I remember when they lost to Detroit last season, everyone's like, "Oh, it's Detroit," and then they went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Um, so they get bet. Oh Jesus, we can talk about Detroit.
Spencer
Um,
Torkelson.
yeah. Give me a minute. We'll get there. Um, Yeah, I mean, there's not too much that was like, at least guys that have signed. There are a lot of guys who are available in terms of the infield. Bregman's still out there, but there's been nothing about them and Bregman. Um, they're the Kims, and I know that the Mariners are reportedly one of the three teams. I believe it was them, Los Angeles, well, sorry, Anaheim. Let me get that right. And I want to, I don't remember who was the other one. Um, Well, the Mariners were one of the three, so they're still there, and I know that was report earlier in the year as well, so that stays there. Um, yeah, I don't know what their plan is. It seemed like they were gonna do the wheel and deal thing, but the players who would make this a legitimate better team seem unattainable because of what you've backed yourself into. Um, yeah, what's the reality of them backing themselves into the corner here, and how does it relate to Spencer Torkelson and how that's not something that we see? 'Cause what do you even give up for him, right? I mean, he's at this point technically a reclamation project to an extent, right?
To
I
an
don't,
extent. Yeah. Former first round pick. He had a really great 2023. Um, and looked like maybe he was going to be that star studded guy that everyone kind of anticipated when they took him. Detroit now has a infielder overflow. So somebody's going to be the odd man out now that they've brought on Gleyber Torres. So I think that's why this discourse has started. It speaks volumes to the narrative that the conversation amongst Mariners fans is well, that's great. Another team now has an overflow of infielders. Maybe we'll be lucky enough to snag one that they want to part with. It's not a great way of operating.
just I don't know who you. I mean, some of these names, like there's a pretty significant drop when I look at the available infielders. I'm looking by infielders. It's Pete Alonso, it's Bregman, and then even then you go Rizzo, Bell, Moncada, Drury, Kim, France, Polanco, Gallo, Frazier. Then it goes down to, I might be disrespecting Nicky Lopez, but it goes down a tier. Nicky Lopez, Kike Hernandez, Brendan Rodgers, Josh Rojas, former Mariner Patrick Wisdom.
Mm.
It's we really take a step down. I mean, there is talk. Well, I say talks, but the whole thing was basically just he'd be a good fit in Seattle. Yeah, no shit. Like for Bregman, this is. I'm like, no shit. I mean, he can play third base and he's competent. Like,
Good
there's
ball
a lot of
player.
people. You know, I don't know, and even yeah, there's not too much out there that's available in terms of you know just like upgrades, in my opinion. Um, I mean, they're attainable guys. You could sign Nick Madrigal if you'd like. You know what I mean? Like,
And
they're
again,
Adam.
these
You want
are
to bring Adam
players,
Frazier back?
yeah, these are players that other teams don't want, that are
They'd be signed
willing to
already.
watch walk away. Um, Shoot, it would not shock me if they brought Adam Frazier back, to be honest with you.
I mean, he played a lot of outfield. Was it for KC last year? I don't know about a lot, but he played outfield for KC last year.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just I don't know where you go from here. I mean, I don't know who you can swing a deal for, in realistic terms, because those other teams can largely wait, you know. Um, uh, what's the best case here? I don't it's Justin Turner at first.
Yeah. I do think there's something to waiting out to see who's desperate enough right before spring training in terms of starting pitching. It's a terrible plan again, but that could very realistically, like what they're planning is, all right, let's stand pat, and someone eventually is going to be very desperate for a starter in early February, and then maybe we can cash in then. So there are certainly matches. I don't know if Baltimore will get that desperate now that they've lost out on Corbin Burns. Potentially, they would be willing to deal one of their. They have an overflow of infielders. You're gonna want a starting major league talent, though. You don't want to mess around with prospects, no matter how high their ceiling might be. You need proven major leaguers in return.
Yeah, and even looking at the general like who's available, I mean, again, this goes back to people arguing with me about Castillo. Like, if I'm a general manager, I want a Luis Castillo over Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander. Like, what are those guys giving me? And at that point, how much can they give me? Right? Like,
Mm.
if it was a 1 year, sure, maybe. But do those guys want a 1 year? Probably not. I mean, Patrick Corbin. You want Luis Castillo or Patrick Corbin? I bet a general manager would want a Castillo, right? So, I mean, he's
Assuming
better than the
Castillo wants to
options.
go there too.
That's
That's another
true.
thing.
This is
Is
also
he's got to
true.
waive his no trade clause. So that's a whole other hurdle that is in front
Mhm.
of them. Say they wait this out, and whoever, whether it be Baltimore, comes with a king's ransom, and then Castillo says, I don't want to play in Baltimore. Well,
I
there
don't
you
like the
go.
little bird on my hat. Yeah, no, you know, I don't know. It's just really rough to look at this list of available guys, and you know, it's hey, maybe you can sign this Kim from
Hmm.
from and put him at second because you're not moving JP. I don't imagine. I don't imagine he'd want to do that. Um, yeah, I don't know. It seems like if anything, they're gonna, ideally they'd get Turner and then they'd get one of second base or third base, and then you know you go from there. But this is just yeah, and then maybe I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they find a way. They're all of their resources that they've pooled have gone into signing Roki Sasaki, sorry. And you get it to near spring training where the teams who don't want to sign, the old husks of Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander or the guys who missed out on Sasaki, say, all right, Luis is fine moving. We're like, it's time to pay up. But yeah, like you said, that's a terrible plan. This is a terrible
Terrible
plan.
plan.
I
And
wish
I
I
do
could
think it's
look.
interesting that Roki Sasaki has entertained, what is it, four or
Oh,
five interviews, and Seattle's
yeah,
nowhere to be mentioned in
not
any of
heard
those lists of
anything.
of
Yeah.
meetings that he's had with teams. So Seattle came out and said, we're throwing everything we've got at Roki. We are taking this very seriously. We've got Ichiro involved. We're throwing out all the stops for this guy. And we have yet to see a report that they have been granted a meeting with him. So I'm interested to see how that pans out.
Jesus. Yeah. I remember seeing like Boston got told no.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about Seattle. yet, which is good and bad. Good that they haven't been told no. Bad that I just haven't heard anything. Yeah, especially it's like, hey, we're committed to a pitch, and then oh, it is so bad. It is so horrible. That I don't know. Do you have anything else on that before we move over to a potential internal plan at third base, which
Hey, Charles.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, how about the Zems?
Oh, I'm excited.
I know. Where are you going to watch all those away games, though?
Away games. Huh. I was thinking of coming here since, after all, Rough and Tumble is the home of Circling Seattle Sports.
I love that idea. Hope to see y'all here. Yeah, that's good. Otherwise, I would have been like going really slow for the sip too. So you like that beer?
I love this beer.
What's it called?
Rainy season.
Who's it named after?
Seattle Rain FC. Man, that's good. Doesn't even taste like beer.
I know. Watch out, you're gonna be drunk by the end of it.
Ooh. I'm gonna clink and I'm just gonna do it too hard.
Do one more time?
One more time?
Wait, hold on. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
That, I don't know. Wait.
You said it was bad luck.
Circling Seattle Sports and Rough and Tumble. It's too hard to like. We just need to do the clink.
I like that one though. Actually, I could really hear
I think we got it. Oh.
Yeah, we got enough now. We're gonna be really drunk. We're like sucked down a pint.
pretty much finished your beer.
I know.
I was, yeah. Ooh.
Yes, isn't that?
Start, there you go.
Charles, you like this?
Oh, I love this. This
Yeah.
is my favorite thing here.
What's it
To drink.
called? What's it called?
Rainy season.
Rainy season. Who's it after?
Seattle Rain FC.
Yes.
Okay, we can do that again.
Yeah.
You want to wait till it's one comes on? And then
Well, this is different,
That
right?
is different. You like that beer?
I love this beer.
Are you old enough?
A year old enough, yes.
Start over. You're
My
so-
youthful glow.
Look at that. So close.
I remember watching the game that Kelsey set that record, and I think I was trying to talk to my dad, and he was like, "Shut up! This is really important." He told me to shut up. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, did you see Brittany Griner's book's coming out?
Is it not out yet?
No, May 7th.
Oh, okay. Oh, Asia's book came out,
Yeah.
and she did an audio.
We should
too.
make this a regular thing where you and I just like giving each other
Sitting.
shit.
regular series. We'll oh, they're at fucking halftime.
Okay. How excited are you for March Madness?
Oh God.
I'm so excited.
Oh wait. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What are you guys doing for March Madness?
We'll be lying around the block is what we'll be. Just during the games. So come other times. Don't think it's always like that.
It's not. It's like this right now.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is better than
Yeah, and we can when you have events
Oh, yeah,
and
we
shit
could have,
you want to
like-
spur up. We can
Yeah.
obviously dependent on availability. We can do
No,
shit.
we can totally like pick up a game or two. Yeah. Or whatever. All
yeah,
of them.
like whenever.
March Madness at Rough and Tumble.
Yeah. And of course.
Especially if Wazoo's in. Well, Washington teams.
I know. I love
We're
Aladdin,
egalitarian here. We're about equality, okay?
Sure. I mean, I had to cover that Charlize, one of the other nominees for Women's Sports Star.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
Wazoo.
yeah.
God damn it. Why are we at halftime? Horrible.
Okay, we don't need to. Let's just pretend we're watching.
They do like replays on it.
Yeah. And all we're doing is toasting.
24. That's the age that people ask me about.
I'm not going to tell you what I think.
What do you think?
Don't do that. Don't put that.
I'm recording that one.
Before the video, it's just gonna play that like 10 times. How old do you think I am? Or no, what?
I would go with 27, 28.
That's fine. The three,
You know how old he is?
22.
Okay.
the three guesses that I got most consistently are 24, 28, and 30. And I
I
was
can
like,
see all of those.
wow. Are you old enough? Fucking guy. Ooh.
We should do an event with Urban Family too, because we're gonna keep collabing with them
Good.
on rain-themed beer.
There's gonna be another one? What? This is my favorite.
No, well, but it's wintry, so we're gonna go more springy. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Do we have enough to work
It's like a
with?
big belly.
I know.